So my cacao pot arrived today. This is what we're working with. I do not know how to get it open. They said to use a machete. I just have 2 kitchen knives. The fruit is just clearly not ripe. Since it's not ripe, we can't ferment them. So we're just gonna be working with that. Okay, now for actually making the chocolate. First, I gotta show you the outfit my mother bought for me to wear for this. Okay, we're set. So now it's time to roast the beans. Put them in the oven to... Now that they're done roasting, we have to do the process of peeling them. This is what they look like. Just for reference, this amount of like cacao bean, and those are the shells, this took me like 30 minutes. So we've already sustained an injury. So I can't actually figure out how to work the blender. I got it turned on. The granules look a little large. When you boil water and then put a bowl over it, so that the chocolate doesn't burn when you put it in the saucepan. See, when my aunt was teaching me how to do this, like she was following like a recipe that she uses, but like it's just kind of cheap to do that. So we're gonna make our own recipe. Also, with the class, I've decided I don't have enough ingredients to teach a whole class, so we're just gonna teach one person. I'm kind of not really sure, so we're just gonna dump the whole thing in there. It's pretty much fully melted now. I literally had to grab a chair. That's how long it was taking. But now it's time to start adding things. First, we're gonna add some cocoa. It's so like chunky. Let's add some milk powder. We don't know quite what went wrong. Let's just start throwing more things in there. So it's not looking good. And I don't really know why. It's like this stuff is not combining. Like you can see there are chunks. That's what I was worried about before when I saw how coarse these chunks were. So now we're just gonna add sugar to it and like pray. That is disgusting. It doesn't actually taste that bad. We looked it up. It turns out cocoa powder does not dissolve. It's just because this specific cocoa powder is really thick. We're just gonna dump it in something and then pray. And instead of teaching a class, we're just gonna learn together. How is it? What is that? It has a really horrid texture.
Rancid.
Really? I didn't even think it was that bad. So this is what we're working with right now. Yum. So this isn't really Maddie's magic chocolate course anymore so much as it is like Maddie's like chocolate journey. We are just using cacao that we bought at Target. It's Hershey cacao. And we're actually gonna follow a recipe this time. I now have my student here with me, who is now not my student anymore. She's now just my partner. So why don't we start melting that? And now we're gonna mix this. Good job.
I feel so honored to be gifted this wisdom.
Yeah.
By Maddie Boone.
Why don't you go ahead and dump that in there?
It's not gonna...
Oh, and now we will mix that all up. See, that already looks way better. Even though this still looks kind of chunky.
It says it's gonna be a little chunky.
Okay, it's just gonna have to be
Remember,
chunky.
we have to start first.
Oh! It's okay. It smells phenomenal. This looks a lot better. Like, it's still a little chunky, but did you see what we were working with before?
Also, but it's not powdered sugar. Is this gonna be a problem?
I don't think so. It has a similar problem to before.
5 more minutes.
See, the problem is because the sugar wasn't powdered, it's really crunchy in the video. I'll put that in. What is that?
Pick it up. Bro, why is this like
We're gonna see what went wrong. It's a really odd thing to happen. Today we are gonna be trying the second batch of chocolate.
It looks like chocolate.
Pretty good. So the inside. That looks kind of
well.
bad.
I think it's good.
Yeah, it tastes kind of good. I'd label this a win.
Yes, sir.